Hey guys, welcome back to beautiful Colorado for another week of the Valken Debrief. This is episode 27 with myself, the Kaiju, and Darth Valken.
Evil Overlord of Airsoft.
Evil Overlord, that's right. Right here at Airsoft headquarters. So, it's been a good week.
Been a great week.
I finally caught up.
Yeah, finally caught up. You ready? I got extravaganza next week. Not all wrapped up with that, but we got the IWA coming up.
Yeah, but that's how we roll. We tag team. Isn't that right? Yes. So, let's get on to business.
Business, all right.
Business. So,
I get to say it because you weren't here last week. So.
Oh, okay.
All right, last week's winner of the Zulu gloves goes out to Unicorns of the Apocalypse.
Is that a team?
Lord, I hope so.
That is a team.
That is a team.
Out of the
Where are they at?
Netherlands. So, guess what? Team Unicorns of the Apocalypse. Each of you get a pair of Zulu gloves.
Yep. So be sure to contact us on our Facebook page and set us up with your mailing address, sizes, and colors.
That was awesome. Not just one pair. There's like 6 people on that team.
Yeah, so everyone gets a pair. A pair for everybody.
A pair for everybody. It's like Oprah Winfrey.
Only the cheap stuff. Nothing imported.
Yeah, we gotta stay under budget. We gotta stay under budget. We don't have that budget like a Valken Core.
Yeah, nothing like the Valken Core. But we got a better budget than others. That's for sure. So yes, Martin, we have the background back. So Kaiju's back in the studio, and we once again have our backdrop.
I stole it. And those of you that are joining us for the first time, please be sure to like, comment, and share the live video as we're going through, because everyone that shares gets put into a drawing to win our weekly giveaway.
And we actually have a really good giveaway this week.
So, you actually, the winner who shares this week's video has a choice. Choice. So, choice 1 is a free ticket to Op Lion Claw's Kronenberg Rising at the Ren Fair German Village in Corona, California next month. So, yes. So you can either choose from that, a free ticket to that Lion Claws Op, or dun, dun, dun,
our Phantom Agility Backpack.
This thing's
awesome. You have storage for your laptop and a tablet, both. You got mesh inserts, you got organization, you got all these cool side pockets, you got patch real estate, and you got those really handy travel access for, headphones, sunglasses, iPod, any of that stuff.
It's got this high breathable fabric behind
And
it.
when you travel, like us, jet setting across the world, you have it here so that you can put it on top of your luggage handle. So it stay right there on top of your luggage while you're traveling.
Yes. So whoever shares gets put in the drawing for either the Phantom Backpack, they can choose the Phantom Backpack, or a free ticket to Op Lion Claw's Kronenberg Rising next month in Corona, California. Moving on.
Moving on.
Who do we got in the chat today? There's a lot of folks.
Yeah,
in
we
there.
got Greg Alexander, Cole Thornton,
Ooh!
Corey Saltsider.
Yeah, my boy Cole, Airsoft Bandit on Instagram. He normally has to work at this time, so it's awesome that he's.
Are you watching at work?
In there. No, because he works at a gun store, so I doubt if he'd be watching at work. So he must be off today. We got Yankee from Double Tap Airsoft.
All right.
Yeah, Troy from Stampede Airsoft. You guys rock.
And we have Darren from Taiwan.
Nice.
Tuning in.
That is awesome. Yes, free ticket.
Of course, Aaron's here every week. One of our,
So is Martin from Ireland.
Yes, from Ireland.
Martin.
I messed it up. I'm really sorry. I said Scotland last week, so I'm really sorry about that. So
it's all good.
It's Ireland.
It's all good. So. I'm curious if they get a lot of that, like people confusing Scotland and Ireland.
I don't know how.
I know, right?
You can understand one, not the other.
Hey, Austin is joining us on deployment. And we'll keep that G14 classified where you're at. But thank you, Austin. Hey, Connor. The Field. What's up? What is up? So, hey, Javier. One Grunt's Opinion. Dude, love you, brother. You're always coming back for more. So, moving on. Troy asks, what's new? So, yes, Jamal. That's right. Super Bowl champs.
Super Bowl champs.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm representing.
So, but mine, Strike Back. Because, I was really excited. So, Strike Back Season 6 just started. I've already been watching it overseas, but it started in the U.S. on Cinemax. Mm-hmm. And my favorite characters are coming in for a special episode this season.
Oh.
You got Stonebridge and Scott coming back for Season 6. So.
I'm a sad kaiju because I don't get that Cinemax. I don't get to watch it.
It's called the internet, bro.
I know, right? So
events this weekend.
Yes, this
Moving
weekend, on. February 17th in the Midwest at Hole in the Wall Paintball. They're hosting Op Turquoise Ridge in Bangor, Michigan, and all these events that we're talking about that we're going to update you on. We'll post a link to the event page on Facebook in the chat below.
All right, it's February 17th, that weekend in the Appalachian region. M2 Bravo Tactical and Hobby is hosting Op Cold War in Buckhannon, West Virginia.
Nice.
That was like my backyard. I grew up in Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Oh, nice. It's nice seeing Appalachian region getting some love.
I would actually really, I've always wanted to go back and play on the East Coast because I used to, Fredericksburg is a battleground.
Yep.
So I grew up, playing war in the woods. I'd like to go back and play grown-up war.
Oh,
Pretend war.
I know.
Pew, pew.
Also, this weekend, February 18th in the Midwest region, Cobra Airsoft Legion is hosting Op Rhine River at Blast Camp in Hobart, Indiana, which is a World War II reenactment event.
And moving on to future events. February 23rd to the 25th in the southern region is Centurion Milsim hosting Charlie Mike in Blakely, Georgia. Bubba Moore.
I know. I'm getting excited about that one. That one's like
so. Like,
literally
is
right
that
around
something
the
like
corner.
you're at Bubba Gump Strip and be like Bubba Moore?
Oh no! I got to play with Bubba October 2014 at Fort Hood, and it was awesome. Me and Woodcock, we were at the top of one of the buildings in the Mount site.
Regaldo, that vape life.
Yes.
Welcome.
And we got to play under Bubba's command, and dude, we had the best time. And the tactical chapstick.
I hear about this story. This is cringeworthy. It's cringeworthy.
Moving on, February 24th in the southern region, Extreme Airsoft and Ironside Airsoft are hosting Frosty versus Silva in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
So I heard that Who Shot First did the patches for that. They made up a really cool patch. What do you want to bet that they do more patch sales than they do ticket sales?
Oh! Savage.
I love you, Darren. I love you.
Omar.
I love you, Omar.
And March 3rd in the Rockies, right in our backyard here, JTAC Airsoft and Milsim is hosting episode 4 of their Homefront series here at Kiowa Creek Airsoft in Bennett, Colorado.
March 9th through the 12th, Western Europe is going to be the IWA Outdoor Classics 2018 trade show in Nuremberg, Germany. That's where we'll be. You'll actually be able to catch a... We don't know what we're doing yet because that cell service is so spotty overseas for us.
And the time change.
Yeah, the time change. I don't think anybody wants to wake up at 2 a.m. to watch the debrief. So, be sure to check our Valken Europe. Was it Valken Airsoft Europe?
Valken Europe Airsoft.
Valken Europe Airsoft.
Facebook page.
And we'll be updating a lot of our, of course, posts and live streams and stuff, and that'll be more on the Europe page, so you can follow us there because we actually have a couple things that we will be talking about at IWA that are new. So.
Yeah. And March 10th in the Appalachian region, ACS Airsoft is hosting their 5-year anniversary in Paducah, Kentucky.
March 11th in the Midwest, Mir Tactical is hosting Operation Red Dawn. Is that 8? Red Dawn 8 in Joliet, Illinois. And
real quick, Josh, call sign Hound, is reminding me, where'd it go? March 16th, Op Phoenix is being hosted by Extreme Airsoft in Columbus, Texas. Josh, you want to tell them how people can get their event?
Yeah, so if you want your event featured here on the Valken Debrief, you can just hit us up on our Valken Airsoft page, or you can email Bob at
bmanor@valken.com.
Yeah, so just hit us up with all your info, location, dates, and we'll get you added to the Valken Debrief.
Heck yeah. And those of you looking forward to Op 1850 in Victorville, California, unfortunately, that has been canceled. So if you didn't get the message yet because you hadn't bought your ticket yet, which is probably why it got canceled, because you didn't buy your ticket early.
You have to support the events, guys. Come on.
Yeah. So unfortunately, AMS had to cancel that out because some people were a little stingy with their pocketbooks.
You think it might have been too many people playing in Victorville this year?
Well, I don't think so.
Okay, March 23rd through the 25th in the Southern region, Third Coast Airsoft is hosting Op Urban Siege in Atlanta, Georgia.
And also that same weekend, March 24th through the 25th in the Southern region, Hard Strike Milsim and Battleborn Apparel are hosting Bloodlines Theatro Segunis in this place that everybody seems to be keeping going back to, Waxahachie, Texas.
Waxahachie.
And you guys at Hard Strike, I have not forgotten about you. I have your email. I just got back. I'm back on track, and I'll be reaching out to you guys.
You just got caught up.
Yes.
Let's see. In the Midwest, Cobra Airsoft Legion. You guys are very active. They're hosting Op Black Hawk Down at Blast Camp Paintball and Airsoft in Hobart, Indiana. We're going to be adding another event to the list here next week for Blast Camp. Stay tuned.
Yes. Oh, for
Conflicts.
That's in May.
But yeah, it's going to be added to the list of upcoming events.
Well, yeah. we got a lot of events. I'm going to be a lot of places. March 25th in the Pacific region, Op Lion Claws Military Simulation Series is hosting the Lion Claws Tactical Challenge at the Fillmore Rail Yard in Fillmore, California. And yes, Team Valken is fielding a team to compete this year. We're not going to say the team yet, but it's going to be
you gotta
epic.
cross those T's, dot those I's, sign on the bottom line.
Yep.
March 25th in the Appalachian region, East Coast Airsoft is hosting a big airsoft game at Robin Hood Paintball in Havre de Grace, Maryland.
Yes. Hey, Chino. Chino joined us.
Chino!
What's up? Chino.
All right.
That's
from
all.
NorCal?
Chino was the first gun tech I ever met when he was working at GamePod. He would
GamePod.
You did some amazing stuff, dude. I mean, amazing. And rounding out our events for this week's episode, March 30th through the 31st in the Pacific region, Op Lion Claws Simulation Series hosting that Korenberg Rising at the Ren Fair Junior
Remember,
Village.
share for your free ticket. Your option of a free ticket.
Yes. So
Or you could get the bag and then go buy a ticket.
And it's just a one day out. You know, they're going to do a little Friday night game on Friday the 30th and play all day Saturday and then a raffle. I mean, if you're in the area and you want to go for free, share. Comment and share. Share this video now.
Share.
Yep. And
That wraps it up for events.
I keep taking care of it. I like it. It's fancy. Oh, you still got... Oh, you just... I thought you got rid of everything.
No, I just got rid of the events.
So, hey, Evan just joined us. Tiffany just
Danny!
joined us.
Beers.
Timmy.
Where do we go?
Oh,
Danny. Yeah, IWA.
Danny.
And Tiffany.
Danny Aldred, dude.
IWA.
Soon.
You know what's up.
Less than 3 weeks. We're gonna see you. And Gino's in the house. Oh.
Somebody just called in.
Somebody just. Ooh, it's gonna. We got some exciting stuff.
Our guest arrived.
I know. So while Randy, our intern, is getting him.
Finnegan's. Yes, Finnegan's.
Finnegan's.
Yes.
Oh, and
awesome place.
Then there's the burger night.
Yes, the burger. Yes.
Oh.
But you buy it's buy your own burger. It's a Bob event.
Right. Oh yes.
I'm not buying your burger.
I know. I'm all about that. So before we bring our special guest in, last weekend I was at Camp Pendleton for the first time at Op Lion Claw's Op Devil Dog Winter Offensive.
Camp Pendleton, baby.
Yes. Now I have done several John Lou events before, but this was my first time at Camp Pendleton, and I tell you what, Kilo 2 Combat Town was awesome.
I'll take your word for it.
What's that?
So I'll take your word for it.
For those of you that have never been there are 101 buildings, 7 different sections in the town that are all connected with road network. So
did they have the underground tunnels too?
I didn't go looking.
Yeah, you'll never find me down there again.
They did have a lot.
You'll find me throwing grenades down there.
They did have a lot of wadis and trenches built from the washout.
Oh, nice.
Which is cool. So natural fighting positions, but each section of the mount site was unique, but it was all connected by roads. So technicals, player vehicles. That was really cool. And interesting fun fact that I learned, 3,700 linear feet of modular courtyard.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot. Started off Friday. Everyone checked in and started chronoing. Probably about 3 o'clock or so. We were set up there at Valken Command, selling Enola Gay smoke grenades and all your Valken products. And then there was a safety brief, and then there was a night game. Les Trooper, she got to play
her first night game ever, and last, I'm sure.
Not only, but also her first Milsim event.
Oh, really?
Yes. So first Milsim event for her, first night game. Night game ran about 2 hours, which was really cool. I was going through Clear iPro like crazy.
Oh, I bet.
So don't forget, you go play a night game, you want Clear iPro. Okay, I know it's.
Or you could just you could be prepared and get our Tango goggle that comes with all the lenses you need and an insert.
Yeah,
RX insert. Just saying.
That was the first thing people were doing. They were picking up the Tango. They're like, "Will this fit over my glasses?" And I was like, "Here, let's try it out." And they're like, "Oh man, this is awesome." So we did the night game. Saturday morning. Chrono opened up about 7, had the safety brief, and then they started gameplay around 10. And they had one faction based in Kilo 2 Combat Town, which was the Insurgents. And then they had the Coalition forces, all dressed in their beautiful multicam and Desert Marpet up at Sierra 25 Mount, which was like a mile away. And so based on the missions, people were trucked by Deuce and a Half, driven by Marines back and forth to actually deploy and do missions.
Oh, I did that at Fort Hood once. They had a Deuce per side, and then they also did Humvees with infills. So they had the soft tops.
Oh yeah,
on the Humvees, and you could. I never rode in them. They're death traps, BB magnets, but it was cool because I was heavy weapons and I got to shoot a couple.
Yeah.
There's nothing funnier than they stop right in front of you at that ambush point and you just let loose an M203 in the back before they even get out. May have shot it into the cab, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, Ian's amber lenses too. That's right, Ian. Amber works good too at night. Hey, welcome, Rachel, and Greg from Hard Strike Milsim. Then they indexed at 5 p.m., which is one of the things I like about Lion Claws. It doesn't go into this continuous op into the night, so it actually gets more retention for the next evolution.
So you don't have that burnout going into the night.
Right.
Okay.
So they stopped about 5 p.m. and then came back and started the night op for a second night op from 7 to 9 p.m. And then Sunday, like any other event host, there were some hiccups on Saturday, but they looked at it, made some adjustments, fixed what they needed to, which was really good. CJ Hyatt was the chief of staff, and him and his staff did a good job of resetting. So they brought all the forces into just Kilo 2 and made it a little bit more centralized. So there was a lot more fighting. I was actually walking around myself and one of our camera crew getting video, and literally it's like I'm videoing here. The moment that would end, there's a firefight right over here. It was like firefights everywhere.
Like bird watching.
Yep. And then that finished up about 1 o'clock. We had the raffle, and John Lou was actually able to present the Marine Corps a $10,000 check for the Marine Corps Ball later this year.
So that's really cool. John really supports the Marines, and he says at every event, but it never gets old, about how he started that and donating to the Marine Corps Ball so that those young men could do something nice for that ball. So that's really cool. But wasn't there something else, like, Iron Man, who's old, broken, has discs that are herniated.
He got shot in the face.
Dude, it was finished, went all through the entire weekend.
Yep.
So is it safe to say like he was the only celeb softer that finished the event?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And Iron Man, you have cojones of stone, man.
Yes.
Because
there's a reason they call him Iron Man.
From start to finish when other people gave up. So that was awesome. And we're almost to 50 viewers. Almost.
Come on.
So if you're just
50, we hit it. 50.
Did we?
Hit it.
Oh, we hit it. We're giving away 2 prizes. So we're going to give away 2 winners. So either 2 tickets or 2 backpacks. So we hit 50.
We hit 50.
Good job.
Good job, guys.
Thank you so much for your support. And right now, we're going to show you, hasn't been seen yet, you guys see it first, our event video from Op Lion Claws, Op Devil Dog, Winter Offensive. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Lion Claws Angel Sierra, and you're watching Valken Debrief.
Welcome back.
That was awesome footage.
I know, dude. That was so awesome. It's like
so much smoke
and shooting. Oh my god! And Les Trooper just dancing, man. That was awesome. Oh, we're above 60. Wow.
Keep going.
Keep going. Just keep it going.
Keep it going.
So today's special guest. Don't forget to like and share the video for your chance to be entered to win either a ticket to the next Lion Claws event, Op Cronenberg Rising.
You got two chances now.
Two chances, or new Falcon Phantom backpack.
It's actually a really cool backpack.
Yes, I'm very jealous.
So, I've got the deployment bag, and I'm going to be adding that because we got to carry so much stuff to
I know.
So much stuff.
But on to our special guest that you all have been waiting for. Good and great friend of ours, Ryan Dean, founder of PhatCo Customs and member of Nemesis Milsim. Ryan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Awesome.
So you rushed home to get set up. You were fighting traffic to make it in time for the show.
Yes, I did. I had to do a little bit of evasive maneuvers, but I got it done.
Awesome. And I'm loving the gun wall behind you of all your wonderful work.
Those are literally all my personal guns, and you can't even see them all.
Unfortunately, I used to have a gun wall like that done with grid wall, and I no longer have that shop area. So now they're all in gun cases, and it's pretty sad. So that's really cool to see, especially the slat wall. That's legit.
I'm actually a Pelican freak myself, so I got gun cases. I have a problem.
He has modded some Pelican cases, I tell you what.
So my wife is actually, so we're doing some remodeling in the bathroom, and I've been moving some stuff around because I have a little corner that is all my Airsoft stuff, and there is a pile of Pelicans. And my wife is seriously starting to wonder if I have stock in the company, because I have the carry-on, I have the camera box, I have the toolbox, I have all those, and our camera crew stopped by the Pelican booth, both of them at SHOT Show, to talk about some laser cut inserts, and really nice people, and they're actually going to hook us up with a really cool vendor that does custom laser cut inserts.
And Ryan, Woody says you need to smile more.
So serious.
You're so serious. You're so serious. And this, before we get into the questions, I'm seeing a lot of this hashtag.
What's hashtag frick?
I think it's actually a hashtag FRIC.
Yes, it is.
So is it an Airsoft thing, or is it a...
Wait,
is that as in Rick?
Kastner. Yes. It's people are making T-shirts, patches. I mean, what is this going on, Ryan? What is this?
Corey Saltsider did it the other day, and then Russo, who made the shirt, he gave a bunch of people shirts last year at Broken Home, and it took Rick probably 3 hours to figure out that I was actually wearing it. I was around him most of the day, helping set up and stuff like that, and then he just kind of looked at me and was like, "Oh, really?"
Oh, come on! That's what friends do,
Yeah, we're all friends. It's all love. It's all love. Yes.
It really.
So, leading off, Ryan, tell us how you got into Airsoft.
It was my friend Ron. He got me he got a Well P90.
Oh, wow!
And I actually still have it.
You really the little hopper fed one where you open the top of the mag and pour it in?
Yes, you can take the mag out, but it's pretty terrible. I keep saying I'm going to take it apart and work some magic on it just for fun, but it's just sitting on a shelf over there, and I'm like, I really should do something with it. I've never actually opened a P90, but that's what started it, and I always blame it on him because all this back here, it's his fault. I actually made the mistake once of adding up all the money I have behind me.
Why would you do that?
Bad idea.
Exactly.
So when you started and you started working on your own stuff, out of the gate, did you just start tinkering with your own guns? Never paid a tech, never had a buddy do it?
I started playing in 2006, so there wasn't much around. I had bought it was a Well G3, I think, and I took it apart. I just do that.
Yeah.
Randy, our intern, approves of your well G3.
I took it apart and I never got it back together. That's pretty much. I think I'm pretty much threw that away years ago. And then after that, I got what was it? I think it was I got a classic Army M4, and I actually had to take it somewhere to have the spring changed in it. And after that, I was like, I just paid how much to have a spring changed? I'm like, I'm going to do this stuff myself, and I gradually learned how to do it, and from talking to other techs and stuff like that, I was like, okay, I guess I started to get a reputation for building guns that actually last.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's one of the things I'm actually pretty proud of.
That's
it's
awesome.
It's not an easy thing. When I first started playing, I same thing. I just took stuff apart just to look at it, and I've always been mechanically inclined, so I was able to get it back together, and it still worked. And I had a Tokyo Marui MP5K, and I busted the nozzle. So this is where I first learned the pains of compatibility. In order to CA nozzle, MP5 nozzle, nowhere near the same. So I'm sitting there with the nozzle chucked in a drill with a file, doing my, garage grunt lathe, shaping it to the size.
Oh my God.
I might have to add that to my repertoire. I never even thought of doing that.
Yeah, so it was just because it was the night before the game. I was so excited, and then I'm sitting there, and it's like, why isn't it feeding? And then I do that whole look up, compare them, and I'm like, oh
no. Chris Kramer says you're about to do magic on one of their M249s.
Ooh.
Yes, yeah.
What are you gonna do with that boy?
I'm gonna make it into a beast. I have an M60 here from someone that I have to. That's a real pain in my butt, but if I'm gonna make it work good.
Awesome. And Lisa just joined us, and she says, "Hi Ryan, I see you." I'm assuming related.
Probably. It might be my sister.
Lisa Dean Adams.
Sure.
Look at that. Family supporting family. Hashtag relationship goals.
Relationship
That's
goals.
what I'm. And hashtag FRIC. I mean, see how many times we can get it.
So
it's going on in the
there
chat.
should be. So Russo, if you're watching, you should put a little bit. I can see what you did with the capital letters. So you have lowercase f, capital F, capital RICK. You got to put a little bit of a pause between those letters to get it, to let that sink in.
So if those of you watching, thank you for just joining us. Episode 27, Valken Debrief. We are here with Ryan Dean from PhatCo Customs. Please share the video to get put into a chance to win our drawing, which we're giving away 2 prizes this week.
For some Vid 50.
Yeah. And if you got a question for Ryan, please put it down in the chat and we'll get it answered for you. But speaking of PhatCo Customs, Ryan, where did the idea of PhatCo come from?
Well, the name is part of my call sign. It's just my call sign's Fat Kid because.
No, tell him the
Fat.
full call sign.
It was Fat Kid. Well, it's Fat Kid Sugar Fairy, and then it was Fat Kid Butter Fairy after I lost 87 pounds.
From eating butter.
Eating butter, yeah, high
What?
fat, low carb. That's what I did.
Really? So you're like a testimonial now. Huh.
Heck yeah. So, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh,
But
okay.
Okay, I just went quiet.
It's just like went quiet. We're like,
Well,
okay.
The name is part of my call sign. My call sign's Fat Kid, and I'm a welder by trade, so I
nice.
just what?
I said nice.
And
That's actually a really good trade. There needs to be more of you guys.
yes, I enjoy being a welder, but I that's me. But the name came with it because I do a lot of side jobs, so I just would kind of call it PhatCo. So and then it just kind of went into the the Airsoft building, and I left it like that. It's different from a lot of different things, and it's me.
Yeah, and you know that big heavy aluminum block name tag that's on my desk that says Kaiju?
Oh,
Ryan made that. Yes.
Okay.
I have one on my shop door that says PhatCo Customs, and I have another one that's above my stairs that says Fat Cave.
That's I think I saw, was it Castro that kind of did a video
Yes.
visiting your shop? Yeah. So yeah, I remember getting like the walkthrough of like your whole shop and your bench area. So do you specialize in MIG or TIG welding?
Both.
Both? Okay. But I only ask because it's kind of a hobby. I have both. I just acquired a TIG welder.
Nice.
So
Ryan has some of the best dimes I have ever seen.
Oh yeah?
His dime welds, oh my gosh, they're beautiful.
I do. I try my best.
Actually, Ryan Brown, not you, Ryan, but Ryan Brown asks, what is your take on making techs a nationally recognized thing?
Never heard of that. I'm sure that'd be pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot of good techs out there. And John Google from Zero Customs, he's a spectacular tech. He's the wizard with a PTW.
Oh yeah, love John Google. He's awesome.
To a part. So anytime people have asked me if they, if I work on a PTW, I'm like, I've never taken one apart. I have no problems telling people I've never worked on that particular gun before, and I always send people to him because I know he's a spectacular tech.
I think that's awesome. I mean, supporting other people in the industry, even though it's the same profession.
Mm-hmm. I think trying to get everybody to decide to agree on a rating system, and I've met a lot of really good techs that are experts in their field, and a lot of them that are humble, but I think the biggest problem is everybody thinks they're expert at everything, or they're the best.
I mean, I have no problems telling people I've never done that,
Mm-hmm.
never worked on something. If I don't know how to do it, I'm going to tell someone I don't know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mostly specialized in M4s. That's why there's so many behind me.
The Mr. Potato Head of guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good at it. I know I'm good at it. And, anytime I can learn from other people, I learned from Matt Chubb from Oppenheimer. He taught me a few things. And, it's just, I enjoy it. So like I said, if I can't fix it, I'll find someone who can, or I'm going to figure out how to fix it. Hence the M60 that's sitting here.
Well, I think what's served me really well is just always be learning and always be open to new techniques and methods. So many people are dismissive of other techniques, but I've learned, I run classes for the company for our products, and I'll walk out of the classroom every single time with a couple new tips and tricks that are really cool. So always be learning. Always be learning, kids.
Every gun I open, I do the same thing too. I mean, I think Crytek is like the first company to actually finally do something with AOE, angle of engagement, and I think every company should be doing that.
Sorbo pads, baby.
Or, I mean, even if it's not with a sorbo pad, with a shim or something like that, that's what every company should be doing because it just makes the gun more reliable and more durable.
Well, no, sorry, you're going to trigger me.
Wait. Darth Falcon's rant segment is...
No, angle of engagement is a real thing. It is 100% a real thing. But correcting it, the problem is from how gears have been made and the specs and the teeth and, how the gears mesh, we alter it by how fast we're running them. Because when the gears were originally designed, they were not designed to be running that fast. So what you have is, a delayed pickup time on the piston. So us as Americans, we're obsessed with performance and FPS, so we run them fast. So we have to alter that angle of engagement, correct it as you were.
Most of my builds, I would say 99% of my builds are for semi only, because we go to American Milsim games, and we don't shoot full auto. So, and every one of these guns right here has a 10-to-1 Siege Tech gear set in them, so I can get good trigger response. And that's what I prefer. I think one of them might have 14-to-1s, but because I normally use a really high speed gear set in my builds with a really high torque motor, that's what I build for. I don't build DSGs because they seem to be too involved and too much maintenance, and I pride myself in making sure that my guns last. And I've had a few parts that have failed over the years, and I fix them. If a customer comes to me and I built his gun, I fix his gun. But correcting the AOE on, that's a standard practice for me. Because I know that doing it makes helps keep the pre-engagement down, and it works for how I build a gun.
Oh, absolutely, especially with the semi-auto with the extremely fast response.
I mean, we went to our local field, Black Ops Airsoft, and every once in a while they do a full auto day, and I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I never run full auto anymore. I'm like, I can, but
you just have to let loose on days like that. Bring your high caps, bring the box mag, do the full auto,
flash
get it
mags.
out of your system, have fun. Like, that needs to happen more often.
Yeah, I still feel like I'm doing something wrong, because with a gun that has a 10-to-1 gear set in it, you're emptying a mag in like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I run 32s. I run the Valken 32s, and too expensive to do that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just my hop up. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. Will Kennedy asked, what's your favorite gun to work on? Which you kind of touched on it before, but it's almost like a loaded question for a tech.
My preferred gun is a VFC M4. They just take mods really, really well. That's what. I think every gun behind me is a VFC, and except for my Scorpion, and and I'm just gonna say it, that gun is actually stupid, because it goes way too fast for 75 round magazine.
And for those of you, stupid is a good term in this context.
Yeah. Well, it's like I've had those Chris Vectors, and they have 100, 102 round mags. They go quick.
Yeah. Well, that's a 75 round mag, and I played with it at our local field not too long ago, and I was like, I gotta go reload. I mean, it was on semi only, so I was like, okay, this is way too fast, and it's the same gear set that's in all my other guns. But I think when you got a 75 round mag and a 120 round mag, there's a big difference there. But yeah, the VFCs, those are my favorite guns to work on. I've built a few guns. The new Salient GRY, built several of those for a few people. But by far, the Elite Force Avalon and the VFC guns are spectacular guns to work on.
Easy to get into, and they still kind of have those classic specs, as you might call them. So when he means like they take mods really well, it means there's still a lot of aftermarket parts available on the open market that are directly compatible. No filing, no sanding, no dremeling. They just drop in.
On a VFC is if you're going to put one of the gate titans in it, they have little nubs in the gearbox that push the wires down. You got to grind those off, but that's about it.
Good to know. All right. How many guns do you think you've repaired or upgraded since you started PhatCo Customs?
Several hundred. I mean, I buy these things. These are stickers that I use to seal my gearboxes. So if somebody because I'll warranty my guns. So if somebody's gun breaks, I'll break the seal, and that's how I know the gun hasn't been opened. So
that is branding at its finest, right there.
Well, what I used to do when I had my shop.
When I bought stickers, I bought 200 of them.
Oh, there you go.
That's two.
The last two.
And I have more, but I'm like that. Since I started it, it's 300-400 probably.
Oh, wow.
I mean, right now I have probably 12 customer guns just sitting here waiting for parts.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, and everybody all my customers are all word of mouth. So I don't advertise or anything like that. I'm like, I don't like doing that. This is the biggest thing I've ever done for me. But I'm like, I like the fact that people trust me.
Yeah, that's big. And sometimes it's like you become a victim of your own success because you can get overloaded very quickly that way.
And I think a lot of it because people are always telling me you need to charge more. I'm like, I don't do this for the money. I do it because I enjoy it. I really love, like, every once in a while at an AMS game, somebody's gun will go down. And I normally bring 9 to 11 guns to an AMS game.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, wow. I used to do that, but then it was just like that word of mouth spread too fast, and I think I carry like 3 tools on me at all times, and that's it.
Like, I bring all those guns, so if anybody's gun goes down, they go see me, come find me. They can borrow one of mine, and people come back and they're
You've sold them on
it's like the sheer joy on their face from playing with it, and they had such a good time with the gun. Like, that's really all the reward I need. I'm like, I make a little tiny bit of money on it, but on guns that I sell or build, but that's it.
Orgasm.
That's that whole. Usually, when you borrow somebody's gun, it's a POS and it like barely works, and you're miserable through the day. But you're that guy that like, wow, this thing shoots amazing. Are you sure you don't want to use it?
Yeah,
this is your backup.
I was it? I think it was Castro used one of my guns at Black Site, and he let somebody else use it, and he said that the guy was like, "What is this?" And I think Superfly from Legion Milsim used he at Reindeer Games. The airline lost all his stuff, his gear, both of his guns.
Ooh.
And he used one of mine, and he was so happy with how it shot, and it made my day.
Now there's this guy, you might know him in the chat. Corey says that your guns get better real estate in your truck than your teammates. Is this true?
I'm real good at playing truck Tetris. So,
the Pelicans, you got to get those Pelicans in there.
I've got 2 1740s that go with me every op.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I only got one of those.
Gotcha.
Got to pump up those numbers.
I know. If you're just joining us, you're a little late to the party, but we still love you. Hit that share button, and to get in a chance to our drawing, we're giving away 2 prizes, either a Valken Phantom backpack or a free ticket to Op Cronenberg Rising, Op Lion Claws event in the Ren Fair Village in Corona, California. So let's move on to the show and tell.
Well, I was going to say, you've got the stickers on the gearboxes. When I was teching for my shop, my dirty little trick to keep people out of warranted work was I soldered on the motor connectors.
Oh.
Good idea.
Yeah, because it keeps them out of it, but it also minimizes that failure point of your motor connector sliding off.
Yes.
And it also, you have a lower resistance transfer of your amps cranking that motor. So I got really good at that, and it's so funny because people come in, they're like, well, it did this on the field, and I was trying to work on it. I'm sorry, what? And I couldn't get it out because the motor connectors are soldered.
Never, ever, ever, kids, go full gearbox when you're not a tech. Never go full gearbox. Period.
That's a valid statement.
Yeah.
So, you have for us to share with us today and the rest of our viewers a good suggested field repair kit that your everyday airsofter should take with them to an event, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, walk us through that, brother.
First and foremost, a Phillips screwdriver that's long enough to get to the buffer tube screw. A lot of people have this, or even to get into the grip. If you do have to take your motor grip off, that's a good one. Also, this little thing right here, this thing has saved me on so many occasions. It's got, what is it, a 1.5, 2, and 3.
Is that one of those RC?
Yes.
Yeah, I carry one. Everyone tries to buy it off me.
Yeah, eBay.
Yep.
They're like $6.
I got one. It was the ones you can get now are Dynamite, but the one I have is I can't remember the name. They don't make it anymore, but you can get Dynamite ones.
This one's called Mayforce.
Mm-hmm.
But I just bought the cheapest one on eBay that I could find because I'm like, it's probably going to get lost.
Yeah, they're awesome. I fully endorse that part.
That's a good one. This thing works really good. It's got two different things there's 4 screwdrivers for if you don't need one that's 3 feet long. This has saved me because it's got
it's a 6-in-1 because also they have 1/4 and 5/16 driver on flip ends. So
those are I keep that with me because sometimes you need something to adjust a motor height.
Yeah,
so that's always good. Tweezers, I keep tweezers in my kits. I use my tweezers every time I do a build because when you take the gearbox apart, a lot of times the shims want to come off or they slide somewhere, and sometimes I don't have my my nails are cut, so I have to use my tweezers to get them.
I actually, when I do classes, because you have to brief everybody not to get ahead, because like a lot of paintball store techs will just rip everything apart. It's like, guys, watch for your shims because you need to put them exactly where you found them.
Yep.
And that's like the biggest problem I have running classes is to keep everybody, because everybody wants to show that they're the best, so they'll rip it open as fast as they can. It's like, where'd your shims go? What shims?
But I also a punch to be able to drive the trigger pin out.
Trigger pin.
Floor pin, trigger pin.
Yeah.
I call it the trigger pin because it's supposed to be the trigger pin. That's and a massive hammer. You have to have a massive hammer to do this because I don't even know where I got this from, but I've used it so many times and it's saved me.
Yeah, it's got the brass end and then like the soft plastic.
Typically, like for those that are watching, they're typically referred to as like a hobby hammer.
Actually, the Home Depot and Lowe's are carrying them now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I got this at the gun store I work at. I used to work at, and it was just sitting there for like years, and I was like, "Can I buy that?"
Actually, our booth at SHOT Show is next to the Winchester tools. And every year they kind of like give us they got a display or two left over and they'll give us leftovers. But an actual Gunsmith kit is really handy.
Yes.
Because they have steel punch pins, brass punch pins, then they have plastic punches. And so you can do really clean work without marring anything. Plus it comes with the hammers, like kind of like what you got there.
That hammer came with all kinds of different heads because you can unscrew the heads on them and do round or whatever pointed. They had some weird stuff in there. But any kind of needle nose pliers, clippers, these are what I keep in my personal kit. These are all things for putting on like springs. I also keep this little thing. It's like a little. This thing is probably the most used tool in all of my. It's just like a scratch all because it works really good for picking up shims if you if in a place that you really can't get to. They're good for putting the tappet plate spring back on the little post.
Yep.
Also for the trigger trolley spring that works fantastic too. And I have, and for me, I'm a little more advanced. This is a Portasol soldering iron.
Oh yeah, that's a true.
This is, for me because I was at I think I was at GTI one year, and after I think it was 2 years of beating on my favorite gun, my piston finally let go, and I had to get a new piston, and I had to glue the piston or the rack back in, and undo some stuff, and I was like, I'm like, now I'm gonna start. I went and got myself a Dremel and a portable soldering iron so I can do more advanced stuff when I'm.
How many Dean's connectors do you think you've gone through with soldering irons?
I think I bought 100 of each maybe a year ago, and I think I maybe have 10 left.
Yeah,
a lot of those. I found there's I've been buying a lot of what are these? Turnigy batteries, and you might have seen my post on Instagram. People were like, "Oh, that's where they all went."
Bought stock in Turnigy.
You cleaned them out, man.
I made a mistake. I thought I was buying 6, and I had already put 4 in my cart, and I was like, "Why was that so expensive?" And I looked, 10.
Gotta love them cookies. Gotta love them cookies.
So you don't carry one of those smaller armorer's wrenches with you?
No.
I've got one. I don't know where it is. It's cut out of a flat piece of steel, but it's got castle nut wrench, standard AR, delta ring, and then the 2 sizes for the 2 size flashlighters. And I keep it on me. It's just the handiest little thing.
And
that's what I have. But for when I'm out there, even now when I put the castle nut back on, I use a hammer and a punch.
Oh, simple.
Yeah.
Simple.
That way I know I'm not putting too much torque on the back of the gun, because I've had guns that have just broken that little tailpiece right off.
Yep.
All right. And is there anything you lay out to when you're at an event and you're teching? Because I've seen so many people, trying to, they're going full gearbox when they shouldn't, and stuff rolls off the table into the grass and they've lost it forever.
I do, most of the time when I'm doing stuff like that, I do it on the tailgate of my truck. And the tailgate of my truck it's not corrugated, but
it's got the troughs in the tailgate. Yeah.
I can put parts in there, and there's even a little spot on the side of it that's I can put tools or whatever so they don't go flying, because that's usually what happens.
Awesome.
I don't put anything down. I don't really. In my shop I have I forgot what company this is, but it's a low bounce mat, so I can drop things and they don't bounce. It's kind of neat.
Cool. Well, awesome. Any other trinkets there, or?
Dremel. I keep this in my bag. This is the little bag that I keep all my tools in. And there's even stuff in here that that I haven't even showed you.
Dude, he's like the Mary Poppins of the gun tech world. It's like he just has this little bag and
all this stuff comes out.
Just keeps pulling stuff out. Well,
I bought one of those. What was that? Multitask. I bought one of those multitasker multi-tools.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, ridiculously expensive, and I got it because it consolidates so many tools into one multi-tool. But it's so expensive, I never take it with because I'm afraid to lose it.
I know, right?
I know. The fold-out Allen wrenches. Those drive me insane. And so that's one of the reasons I got this thing.
Yeah.
I can't stand trying to turn a big handle of tools. It's like it's easier to just do that and put everything out, and when I need it, I just switch it. It makes life much easier.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, I love that tool.
Gotcha.
So.
Well, Ryan, we've come to about the length of our budget today.
Yes, we have.
But
I think we
you
might have
have-
gone over a little bit. They're gonna dig into next week.
I know, right?
So.
But man, it has been awesome having you on the show and you sharing a lot of your knowledge and experience. I can tell you got a lot of fans out there. Dragonfly says you never go into anything half-ass, and I would 100% agree with that.
I don't mess around.
All right, everyone, thank you for joining us. This is episode 27 of the Valken Debrief from the beautiful Colorado Ranch with myself, the Kaiju, Darth Valken, and Fat Kid from PhatCo Customs and Nemesis Milsim. And don't forget to share the video for your chance to win the cool prizes of the week. And we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks. See ya.